Peace, 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 peace. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. I'm on the YouTube too. I'm on the YouTube, man. I got the intro playing on the YouTube. Yeah, peace and love. Peace and love. What we got tuned in right now? We got Clearly Credit in the building. See if I can pull it up on her. Peace and love, royal family. Peace and love. Do a sound check. Let me do a sound check. Mic check 1, 2. Okay. Sound good. Peace and love, everybody. As always, I'm not a licensed attorney or tax expert. I do this for educational, informational purposes only. If you find this information of value, make sure to leave a donation and like, subscribe, and share. You can leave a donation via Cash App. That is TheDonKilam. Again, the Don Kilam. TheDonKilam. I'm going over some valuable information today. Valuable. Who we got in the building? We got Pedro in the building. I'm gonna let a few people come on. Pull up my ebook. I know I got a black screen. Hold on, guys. I've been working hard on these ebooks, man. I'm trying to still, there's still glitches in transferring it over, but I'm gonna get it down pat. But this child support book's pretty good. Brian Williams, peace and love. And I've been trending on Amazon, bestsellers, new releases. I'm loving that. Yes, indeed. Loving it for sure. Peace and love. Who we got in here, man? We got everybody, man, coming in. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share. Peace and prosperity. We got Reliant in the building. Alright. Make sure y'all can see my screen. If y'all ain't got me on YouTube, just search Don Kilam on the YouTube. I'll pop up. DonKilam.com. Alright. We got Autonomous Connoisseurs in the building. Israelites Unite in the building. Pedro in the building. He said, Brother Kilam, that $1 million worth of game is a book that's hard to put down. I appreciate that. He said, leave that as a review. That's a hard review. Make sure I get that review. He says, Brother Kilam, that $1 million worth of game is a book that's hard to put down. That's tight. That's a dope review. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all hit like, subscribe, share, all of that, man. So look, as y'all can see on the screen, listen, I'm going directly from the original prototype. Due process, okay? Due process. Child support, Tanf grants, and how to win in court. All right? This is trending right now on Amazon as well. Make sure you click the description box. You can go to my link tree. Just click Amazon Books. It'll take you to the author page. Or on the YouTube, you can just click the link. If you're on the Facebook, you can just click the link in the description box. It's going to take you straight there to the book. Now, let's keep going, man. I got my screen kind of far away from me. I started off and want y'all to see this is a docket sheet. All right, after you do your administrative process, you got to understand everything's administrative process first when dealing with the court system, all right? When dealing with the system. To my understanding and belief, to my research, I attack it as an ordained minister. I'm administering information. I believe there's been an attack on my mind because I'm not from England, but somehow I'm speaking English, so I feel like it's forced upon me. So that's a way of defending yourself, and I don't like to be defendants, because when you defend something, you're defending something that's already naturally yours, because prosperity is your birthright. Make sure you drop the prosperity book too. You get the prosperity book as well on Amazon. But as you can see, after we did the admin process, then I just filed the affidavit of termination of child support. That's exhibit number 23. Affidavit of termination of child support. And only the live person can do affidavits. And the reason why this is important to understand about affidavits is because an unrefuted affidavit stands as default judgment. Default judgment in commerce, because this is a debt. I'm gonna let that sink in. Child support is a debt. That's what they put on your credit report. And just like child support, that's with any court case. So you need to understand what's going on. This is business court. This is a tax issue. Because the real court gets its authority from the Supreme Court, or it gets its authority from Congress. So, where's the delegation order? It's called a DOA, Delegation of Authority Order. Where is the DOA, the Delegation of Authority Order, saying this is a lawful court? They don't have one. They can't produce it. Only for the record, can you show me your lawful judge? Yes, prosperity is your birthright. Peace and love to everybody joining in, man. I read the chats. Man. For real. We got Gunner Avic in the building. Peace and love, man. KG in the building. He's been a long time member as well. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yes, I got y'all's messages. So make sure y'all text due process. I will reach out to you guys, man. If y'all got child support issues, I'm going to reach out to you guys. You can text due process at 480-573-4879. Again, that's 480-573-4879. Text hashtag due process, all right? And I'm going to get to you. Because we're doing stuff for the low right now. I'm going to get to you, make sure we get your issues taken care of, man. We have a lot of people in the chat right now, and I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. We got a lot of people. Make sure you smash that like button. So, affidavit of child support is, most states have them. You got to understand, most states do have them. And if they don't, you need to make one. You can make your own. So if a lot of people that's come to me to ask me about somebody called Mr. Patrick Devine, I have followed his works. I've studied his works. You know, there's stuff that works and there's stuff that doesn't. Just what you comprehend and what you know how to implement. But he used to make his own forms, and I like that. And you can do that too, because the court is always yours. Understand how to make your own forms. And there's case law. I'm not sure if I can pull it up right now. They have to accept whatever form you put on the file. And I put on there, and you're gonna see the court clerk has to accept your documents. It's just simple as that. But as you do your admin process, this is just like with any other debt, it's like a dispute process. Who is giving your authority to enforce these issues? You got to understand there's no due process. You have the right to face your accuser if this is a court issue. Where's the victim in the case? If there's no victim, how are you enforcing judgment and garnishing my wages? You follow me? It's all due to the contracts and the birth certificates and putting the state in your personal business. The state should never be in your affairs. And here's why. We got the trillionaire in the building. The trillionaire, Graham, peace and love. If you didn't sleep with the state, why is the state in your business? And it's due to the fact that somebody, 9 times out of 10, it's usually the mother, but sometimes it's the father too. But they go and get TANF. They sign up for food stamps or Medicaid. This is directly from a TANF grant. And a grant is something you don't have to pay back. But they've created this game on the state side because the federal comes from a grant. It's a federal grant. Now on the state side, they're saying, hey, we loaned her money. We need that back. But all along, it's a grant. follow me? I hope that makes sense. Now, everyone has a right to due process and to face their accusers. Child support is a case that is being heard without you even there. This is fraud and violates your rights. But if you don't know you have rights, then you can't say, hey, give me my rights. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. And again, I go over this a lot, break down the debt. The U.S. national debt, $28 trillion. This is what they actually owe to people. It derives from the Social Security Trust account and is managed through the United States Treasury. The public holds over $22 trillion of the national debt. But you don't know it, or you would go cash in and say, hey, I need what's due to me. It's a process. Everything's a process. It's just credits. Everything is credit, all right? All courts are banks and have clerks. Bench means bank. Bench means bank, and I'm going to show you this. That's all you have to, like, when you hear certain words, you hear me say certain things, just Google that. And that's what I do. Bench means bank. Bench means bank, and I spelled bank B-A-N-C. We got the real Jeremy Short in the building. Peace and love, peace and love. The bench on which the judge of a court sit in banc, or less commonly in banco. In banc or in banco. In full court with full judicial authority sitting in banc. Used of a court held by such a number of judges as to constitute a quorum. So you gotta understand, man, all this is different languages. This is playing upon your subconscious mind. Certain things you really don't know or didn't know. So understand that every courtroom or every court is an actual bank. They're debt collectors. They're cashing in on a debt because you made a contract with them, all right? There's some type of contract, whether it's the birth certificate or the social. You signed that child's birth certificate. They deemed you the father because you had a birth certificate or an ID or a social. They gave you your name. You refused to give a DNA test, or you did take a DNA test. You signed it. You didn't sign it. All rights reserved. There's a number of different things, all right? There's contracts. You got to learn how to rescind all those contracts. Get rid of all those contracts. And come back in your correct standing and then your correct status. And then that's going to give you your rights to proceed. All right? First, they figure out what is your standing. Then when they figure out what your standing is, that shows what you have rights for, which is your status. All right? If I'm a king, that's a status. If I have diplomatic immunity, that's a status. But if I say I'm black, that's a slave status. If I'm utilizing the Social Security number not correctly, I'm utilizing it as a slave status. And I'm putting the United States Incorporation, USA Inc., as my master. I work for them. They're the holding company, and now I work for them because I have a social. The EIN is the master. That's how it's set up in this game right now. The EIN is the master. The employee identification number when you become a business. And the Social Security number works for the employee identification number. That's how it appears. But what's really going on is you're transferring your estate and your rights and your credits to these corporations. And you applied for it. You applied for their programs, and when you get there, and when you receive the benefits from their programs, they get your credit coming directly from the United States national credit. Understand that. Who owns the United States national debt? Nearly $21 trillion. So under 28 U.S.C. 3002, court is created by Congress, and Congress has a valid case for you. The U.S. Department of Treasury is the bookkeepers for the United States Corporation. Unless you record the return or the tax, then you cannot do the bookkeeping on it. All right, so understand, everything is a tax issue. I'm going to show you these definitions really fast. In hopes that, I really hope that y'all would look them up. But I'll show you anyways. Look. So we know that under United States is a federal corporation under 28 U.S.C. 2002 subsection 15A. But you got to look at number 2. Court means any court created by the Congress of the United States, excluding the United States Tax Court. So, is this the moment in time? Where's your delegation order, Judge? You're telling me the Congress said I had to pay child support, and they got a written order on me. That's one defense. all I'm saying. There's multiple ways to skin this cat, baby. Just trying to tell you. So, I break down the 1099 OID. You got to understand, you pop the sole of your foot on the certificate, on the piece of paperwork, boom. Kind of like your corporate seal. Boom, you sold your soul. Boom, you popped your soul. Boom, sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is a business. I might be going fast for you. Let me slow it down. But the sole proprietorship is a business. Let me know that you understand, man. Put "it makes sense" in the chat. Let me know. Put "it makes sense" so far. Let me know. And be sure to text me at 480-573-4879. Hashtag due process. And I'll reach out to you and we'll schedule something, man. I'll give you a quick little call, free consultation. We'll schedule something really fast. Go over your issues for you. But put "it makes sense" in the chat or the comments so I know that you're following along. So the sole proprietorship is the simplest business form, all right? It's the simplest business form. So prosperity is your birthright. It makes sense. It says it makes dollars. Okay, it makes dollars too. So just a quick reminder. I got to go back, drop law, let you know. Your name's a business, okay? Sole prop. Now, why is this important when dealing with child support? All right. A sole prop corporation in your body, labor, and even your well-being can be attached as collateral for any mishaps of the business due to you not having proper standing. By updating your status, which I would recommend, Gerard says he overstands. Brian Williams says it makes sense. KG says it makes sense. Peace and love. Now, a sole prop corporation in your body and your labor and even well-being can be attached as collateral for mishaps of the business due to you not having proper status or standing. By updating your status, which we highly recommend you do before moving forward with any 1099 OID process, because you got to understand what's going on. All right. And we have another book, goes deep, in depth on the 1099 OID process. Make sure you look it up. And then we got the $1 million worth of game. Breaks down the public side and the private side of life. All right. So you can build that credit and protect your assets. When you figure out your name as a business, might as well build a credit on it. Now, because that's what they're doing on the private side, you just don't know it. So you might as well build it on the public. And then access it and keep it in the private. And that's when you get into holding companies and trusts. Now, as your birth certificate is the title that shows the beneficial ownership for the private side. So, hey, this is the business. When you get a business, you get a certificate. That's the certificate. The public side is the money. How are you acting? And what character or title are you acting from? With a social, you are a slave. A social works for the EIN, the employee identification number. Employees are slaves and the employers are the masters, as a social security number works for the EIN. Now, with a limited liability company, you would act from a member or just an authorized representative or manager, so to speak. With corporations, you act from a chief executive standpoint, CEO, or even president or vice president. From the trust standpoint, you always operate from the grantor or administrator when dealing with your private affairs within a public play. Why is this important when dealing with child support? Here's the good stuff. We're getting down to the gushy, that wet. You feel me? That wet, that good. You hear me? A parent is a pair who rents. Say it with me now. Say it out loud with me. I need you to say it out loud with me. Make sure you're saying it out loud with me till it makes sense. A parent is a pair who rents. A pair who rents. Parents. You're a father. You're a mother. That's your title. That's your status. When you say you're a parent, that is a status. This is why it's important to understand status. A parent is a slave status because you're not even the owner or controller. You're a renter. Your landlord can kick you out. Do you follow me? You got to understand these definitions because y'all making this stuff difficult for me sometimes. And I'm breaking it down as simple as can be. Sometimes you got to just sit back, read it, watch it 8, 9 times until it makes sense. Read it out loud. Do it by yourself, man. You follow me? Because this is common sense. This is common knowledge. I'm going to say it again. This is common sense. This is common knowledge. But you can't get the common sense. You can't get the common knowledge because you're too stuck in the dark. This is the light, baby. Get out the dark. Get into the light. Just give me the light like Sean Paul says, man, so you can get some of this gushy. I'm trying to tell you, you ever been with a conscious woman? It's better than them unconscious women. I'm trying to tell you, she going to take you to cloud 69, baby. But let's get back to the topic. Because you don't need no more child support issues. Now, children means property of a corporation. We got FOG in the building. Shout out to Indiana. A parent is a parent who rents. That means children or child is property of a corporation. Let me know that what I just stated makes sense. A parent, say it with me, a parent is a parent who rents. If you understand that you don't want to be a renter, you want to be a controller, you want to control something, understand you don't want to be a parent. You're a father, you're a mother, whatever it may be. So understand, if you understand this, put out overstand. Because when you listen, understand what parents means. Free man by grace says he understands. Understand the titles and the statuses. Everything is voluntarily. Listen, you go in there, you go in the court, you're mad because you're on child support. Listen, excuse my language. Y'all be like, this B done put me on child support. Got them people after me. Talking about some people even go to jail. You hear me? Warrant things, some amounts. Listen, why didn't you respond to the letters? Why didn't you go to the hearings? All right? They can do whatever they want when you don't talk to them. When you don't voice. If even ask questions. You know, who's to say that's me? How can you prove I'm the father? Just ask questions. Who gives you the authority to enforce this? Follow me? Start asking questions and they're going to lay up off you. They're debt collectors. If they weren't debt collectors, why does it go in your credit report? And I'm telling you, there's a difference between getting it off your credit report and actually getting rid of the debt as well. Francine says, wow, need to get those books, King. Peace and love. Hit me up, Francine. Hit me up. You see the number in the chat. 480-573-4879. Hashtag due process. Now, if you do have a store, you want my books in your store, anything like that, hit me up. I'll give you the discounted rate, man. We'll make sure we get them shipped to you, man. Work something out, man. Give you a discounted rate. Back to the topic. So let me know that you understand. A parent is a parent who rents. Children means property of a corporation. A parent is a parent who rents. Children means property of a corporation. So you are a corporation or a sole proprietorship automatically. And your children, they belong to the United States Incorporated. If you have a birth certificate, you got a Social Security card. Well, the Social Security card belongs to the Social Security Administration that's running off your trust. That's who the debt belongs to. And then the bankruptcy corporation, United States Inc., they're claiming that they own your labor. So they get first in line on your credit because they're operating based on you because you're property of them. So you're under bankruptcy too. You ain't worth a quarter. Until you update your status. Only a live man can state a claim to this property. That's why affidavits are important. Only a live man can implement an affidavit. Corporations can only send you billing statements, all right? Corporation will send you a billing statement. Hey, you owe me. Not certified, nothing. The affidavit has to be certified, stamped. Hey, this person said it, and that's what it is. A corporation can lie. Hey, it was a misprint. It was a mistake. An affidavit is supposed to be true. So you can get hit with perjury if you're lying. You follow me? But that's a whole different topic. Now, first establishing an EIN, and this is free. I myself like to do this with the irrevocable trust. Or you can just get a regular EIN name as the business for your LLC. Just set it up as an LLC. Get a virtual address. And I like iPostal 1. And voila. You have a business. You have a business with jurisdiction in your state. When you get the the Secretary of State, all right? But there's a business right there. You can operate with, you can have status with just the EIN. But the next steps, there's more steps to make it official and have a status change to have standing in your state and local jurisdiction. Go to your Secretary of State website and open up an LLC company within your state. Fees will be attached with this, but this will give you standing in law within the state. Secondly, open up a business name in your children's name. So say, you can go look it up, Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr., LLC in Missouri. My child's name is Tarion Marquise McBride. I did a DBA, fictitious name. And I can show y'all on here. If you follow along on the YouTube, I'll show you. So we're going to the Missouri entity search. We're searching for the business. I think it's going to try to make me sign in. I don't have no, I don't know my credentials, so I got to go on the one where it's saved. And I've showed y'all this over and over, man. I've showed y'all this over and over for free. I'm telling you, people get paid off my sauce now. Tell your guru, they heard it from Don Kilam. You know they heard it from Don Kilam? Make sure they drop me a cash app. Alright? The Don Kilam, THEDONKILAM. That is the cash app. You make sure your local guru drops me a donation for using my sauce and not shouting me out. Because I've been doing this, baby. I couldn't find this nowhere until I started stating this. I wasn't, listen, in the community I'm in, they was not talking about estate planning until Don Kilam brought it to their attention what it was. You follow me? I was keeping it private, but I said, why keep it private? It's for the people. It's for the people. Let them know. Whoever knows, just run with it, whatever. But now we've had a mass awakening. We got a lot of people aware of the frauds now. So as you can see, Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr. is an LLC. In Missouri. About to view the documents right now. So y'all can see it. Y'all can see Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr. LLC is the company name. Alright, the name of this listed liability company is Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr. LLC. Now, we're going to go search one of my kids' names. So we look up Tarion Marquise McBride. That was my first child support case ever. I had got it dropped to $1 a month when I first started learning this. Now look. Let me zoom in. As you can see, the business name to be registered, Tarion Marquise McBride. Name of the owners, Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr. LLC, 100% owner. And then the signer is Jeffrey Wayne McBride Jr. LLC. I didn't put none of this in the book, but I'm showing you guys this right now. Like, that is that simple. Now, there's other ways, like I talk about series LLCs, how to create it that way. But to me, that's the easiest way. I like doing it that way. I like doing my children's name as a DBA, doing business as, or a fictitious name owned by my actual name, which is the business or the LLC. Timothy Meek said, bro, you nice for this info, King. Yes, sir. Now, back to the book. Just dropping y'all some game, man. Just dropping y'all some game, checking in, because I appreciate everybody, man. Y'all got me trending right now on Amazon, and I appreciate that, man. Thank y'all for showing me love. Make sure y'all cop the books, look at the links, click the links below. So that's right. Your name as a business will own your children's name. Remember, you believe they have power due to publications. Listen, I'm breaking this down. Remember, you believe they have power due to publications. of your own name. Because they sent you a piece of paper, printed some curved lines and dots on it. This is why I'm an ordained minister. Boy, you practicing magic on me. Look, I don't believe this is me because I am who I say I am, not no piece of paper. Do you follow me? Do you understand? Put that it makes sense. Gerard says 2 states that he likes is Delaware and Wyoming. Yes, that's for the holding companies. Mine is in Nevada. There's 5 states. But we're not talking about that right now. Right now we're talking about, listen, I need to know that this makes sense for you. Remember, you believe they have power due to publications of your own name. They are violating copyrights because you now own the name. When you take back the name, they're violating copyrights. Publications. Did I tell you you can publicize that? You don't have my permission to put my business name on anything that you're printing. You gotta understand this business. This is a debt, right? They gotta have a contract, right? Listen, y'all gotta understand what's going on. Y'all gotta understand. You are the credit. You are the bank now. You better start learning trust law, contract law, bankers law, UCC, something. You gotta start somewhere, grab a book, and even if it doesn't make sense, just read it. Read it till it makes sense. Clearly Credit says it makes sense. Resilient Consumer Solutions says it makes sense. So what I do is make my children's name a doing business as name or a fictitious name. In other states, it is called, it's either a doing business as or a fictitious name. In Missouri, it's called a fictitious name. In other states, it's called a doing business as. And make it owned by the name that is now your LLC. The father's name, LLC, owns the children's name, DBA. Like I said, there's another way in that series, LLCs. But I feel that the LLC and DBA is the most quick and the more efficient way. There's always an admin process at first. However, have fun and just relax. These are now your business names. You will sue these people. And you have the right to face your accuser. Not no damn court, all right? Who are you? Who's sending me this? Who's your boss? Who put this in the mail? Who sent this out? I need to talk to them. Because I need to figure out who's trying to say I owe them. If some stranger knocks on your door and says you owe them money, you're going to look into that. Man, these people are strangers. Why are you bowing down to strangers? Because if this was somebody else, instead of an invisible entity, you would not be scared. You'd be like, look, bro, I don't owe you nothing. How do I owe you? So why aren't you doing that now? Anonymous says, it was like a part of me I already knew. Cars are cool, says much love, King. Peace and love. Let me know that makes sense, man. Drop it in the comments below. Drop it in the chat below, man. That it makes sense. I need to know that it makes sense for you. Listen, if Don Kilam shows up and says you owe him some money, what's up? Do you know me? What? You follow me? If your mama shows up and says you owe her some, well, you owe her. Now look, if cousin Bob down the street shows up, talking about, hey, you owe me some money. You owe me $42,000 for having your kid. Listen, prosperity is your natural divine birthright. If you and your lady don't get along, y'all gonna have to come to terms and agreement. You follow me? You don't need to stay in your business. But there is importance there's importance of a family being together, a mother and a father being together. So make plans to co-parent. I'm not against co-parenting. Co-parenting is the best thing that ever happened in my life. Even when me and my king's mother wouldn't get along, I would still speak great things about her because affirmations are key. And then great things would manifest and occur between our families. And now, prosperity and abundance, that's all she teaches my kids. So I'm grateful for that. Peace and love to my king's mother. I don't call her baby mama. I don't do none of that. Gotta understand, words are important. See, I'm teaching you more game. People are like, why would you want to get out of child support? Listen, if you're going to get out of child support, you're getting out those obligations because you did create them yourself, then you need to have another plan. You need to have a plan B. What are you going to build? How are you going to build this empire? Because your offspring are your future selves. And at the end of the day, I'm here teaching generational wealth. So anybody knocking me on helping people get out of child support, hey, you know what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm here teaching generational wealth. I'm teaching you how to, now that you know your name is the business, your kid's name is the business, go get some business credit. Let's set up some trusts. Let's set up some portfolios. Let's get them some land. Let's get some loans. Let's get some FHA loans, some USDA rural loans. Let's get a house. Let's put it in a trust. All right? Let's go get some cars. Let's go get some businesses. Put them in a trust and start generating the cash flow. Start generating the income. Because that's what it's about. We're here to hand down our legacies to our offspring. That's the whole thing. That's the main objective. At the end of the day, live simple. Live simple and live happy says much peace and love. Congrats on the Amazon book. Such a great deal. You are the best. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Everybody says it makes sense. Damien Taylor says it makes sense. Brian Williams says it makes sense, King. Cars are cool says much love, King. I'm glad that it's making sense. I'm glad that y'all following along, man. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the engagement. I've been getting a lot from you guys. There's more, man. This is going to break it down. Listen. There's more sauce. This ain't it. I'm just on page, well, on the Kindle book, on the Amazon book, it's going to be, paperback should be on the way. It'll be up tonight or tomorrow. The paperback is on the way, so be looking out for the paperback as well. Child support is a TANF grant, and a grant does not have to ever be paid back. TANF is what truly pays for child support, and is also part of the food stamp program in most states. Please soak this knowledge in. Read it over and over until it makes sense. Me personally, once I send my paperwork in, I no longer go to court. And that's when anything. If they send me any paperwork in the mail that isn't certified mail, I send it back and mark on it, refuse the contract, return the sender, all rights reserved, and black out my name, since they are in violation of copyright laws by publishing my business name without my permission. And I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Cards of Cool says, we are programmed to be afraid of these entities. You have to lose the fear. That's exactly right. You have to lose the fear. And it's the rest of the book is just breaking down how to get out of the process, and the templates. You know, it got the directions on the case, exactly what to do, the affidavits, the child support. It breaks down the whole fraud of child support. This is what you want to put on the record. This is the admin process right here. This is the admin process right here, the court process. And we got our special affidavits. Just for child support. Which bonds to fill just for child support. The promissory notes just for child support. How to update as a foreign national just for child support. We got the Form 990, the grants and other assistance for the child support. How to fill out the Form 56 just for child support. There's a certain way to fill out the Form 56 just for child support, all right? You can't just do it like everybody else, all right? There's a certain way. You have to direct the fiduciary. And then here's what it says. An unrebuted affidavit becomes a judgment in commerce. An affidavit must be answered unlike a motion. Every state has a similar form. Be sure to find one or simply just create your own similar in nature with the same heading and title. Affidavit for termination of child support. And put why. Hey, I'm American National. I'm American National. 8 USC 1408. I'm not a citizen of the United States. I don't work for them. You know, I'm challenging subject matter jurisdiction. Whatever it may be. I'm a secure party creditor. That's a good reason to not be on child support. I am the creditor. They have to dispute it. Yes, the WA. Yes. But that's what we have for you. That's it, man. So it breaks down the whole list. It breaks down the fraud. It breaks down the whole game. It says we are programmed to be afraid of entities. You have to lose the fear. That's exactly right. I'm glad that this is making sense for everybody as well. I'm glad that this is making sense for everybody. It doesn't, once you do the admin process, then after that, it's not going to take long at all to dissolve this child support. I say just with any other debt, we can't give you a time frame because we're not the people behind the scenes processing this paperwork. Some courts act like they never receive it, so you got to understand how to enforce your claims after that and going up to the higher levels. There's steps to it, all right? There's steps to it. The first step is the lower level courts, so whoever you're having the dispute with or whoever's saying you owe them. And then you have to deal with the credit bureaus. Then you have to deal with the credit reporting companies, the FTC, the SEC, the IRS, the real courts. You can even go to the district courts because that's who's buying the bonds. That's who's giving them the funding. That's who's giving them the grant money. You got to understand what's really going on. Let me take this off, man. See, 'cause I ain't really been able to talk. See y'all in the chat. Says Mila so independent says I refuse the contract and send it back. So they put it on my credit report and they can't find me. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I'm about to show y'all the Amazon books too, man. I'm really proud of that. I never expected that. And it's so great. I'm lying. I did. I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. I'm about to show y'all the Amazon books too, man. I'm really proud of that. All right. I'm just seeing who all in the chat. I appreciate the love, man. Trillionaire. We got the trillionaire in the building. We got, let's just talk that talk. From Janaya with love. Make sure y'all text me too. Due process. He says clear as glass. I like that. I'm looking at all y'all's comments because I don't be screen sharing the Instagram, but I like everybody that tuned in today. He said, I'll wait on your rebuttal, signed under penalty of perjury. Free man by grace. We appreciate that. Yeah, y'all see the ring. Y'all see the ring. Got my ancestors on the jewels. Got my ancestors on the jewels. I do want to say this too, man, because you know all debt must be paid in silver and gold. They're after they don't have real resources. All right. So I do want to say this. That's a natural element. When I did start wearing real gold, real silver, real gold. I don't really wear too much silver. When I started wearing real gold, I don't wear that fake stuff. My life changed. My whole vibration changed. I started being around people that had real gold and real silver. You gotta understand, birds of a feather flock together. Show me your friends, I'll show you your future. Tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are. It's really as simple as that. Understand that. With that, I'm out, man. I'm about to call it a night. Make sure you check out the book, Due Process. I put a lot of work in that book. Put a lot of work in that book. Put a lot of work in that book. But it's simple. Just go to Amazon.com. Here's what I do. Type in Don Kilam. Don Kilam gonna pop up. Just click one of the books. Click Don Kilam. It's gonna take you to the author page. But most of them is trending. You can just go to one of these new releases or I guarantee I'm in one of the trending. I don't remember what was trending last. But there's my books. Right there, Don Kilam books. We got the top. Let's go over them real quick. Cause I want y'all to know what I'm offering. Peace and love, peace and love. I want y'all to know what I'm offering right now, what I got up. I'm still waiting on the paperback for the child support. $1 million worth of game. That's the public side and the private side. And then it's going to show you nationality status correction, how to get out of debt, build business credit, all right? 1099 OIDs. Bills of credit. This was trending too. Acquiring luxury cars. This was on the top charts too right now. It's number 15 in the charts on the bestseller list. See, there's a difference between the new releases and the bestseller list. This is the bestseller list right here. And we got new releases right there. I know I'm trending on new releases for sure. New releases. Let's go to new releases. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 17, 18 on new releases. I'm telling you, go look it up. I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. Make sure to check all them out, man. I just wanted y'all to see that. So, number 2 right now, the book we're going over is number 2. New releases, Due Process, Child Support and Tanf Grants. Paperback should be up tonight or tomorrow. It's on the way. We got the Kindle up. You want me to work with you directly? Text Due Process. Due Process to 480-573. 4879. Again, that's 480-573. 4879. I will put that in the chat right now as well. With that, let me see. Check the chat one more time. I'm about to call it a night. This is peace and love to everybody. I'm getting y'all's texts too. Just thank you for all the gems and the jewels. I appreciate y'all, man. There would be no me without y'all. You gotta understand that. There would be no me without y'all. Now, let me go ahead and do some advertisements before I leave. Go to A to Z Business Estates. That's where you want to go right now. We're gonna have some celebs in the building. I'm trying to tell you at my business mixer right now. I'm just listing one. We got 11 Hip Hop's Nikki Natural. She's stopping by. It's just $10. All Don Kilam members are free. Come in, come join, come kick it with your boy. It's gonna have a good time, man. We're just gonna network with people, man. Exchange information. Go over what we know. Hey, what do you know? What you doing right now? You know what I mean? What's your business? What's your plans? What's your products? Mastermind. This is how you build. This is how you build an empire. This is what empires are made out of, is with the people. You can't grow without coming together with other like minds, all right? You can't learn and grow without other like minds. Like iron sharpens iron, that's how every relationship has to be in your life. So you got to make sure you make those connects, man. Right now, we got a pretty full house, man. I have like a couple dozen people already signed up, and they have guests. So I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. You want to sign up. You want to come to this. Atlanta, Georgia, it's only $10. And then the next one is going to be $1 million worth of game. All right? We're going to have some big-time celebs in the building there, man. I got people showing up. I'm in Honolulu as well, if you're in the Honolulu area. But $1 million worth of game. All members are half off. All members get the half off discount code if they want to come to Tampa, Florida, 3-day training. Right now it's at $497. It's going to be at $247 if you're a member. So it's going to pay off for itself, man. So you become a member, you can get this for the same price, because right now memberships are only $497. All right, $497. So you can come to $1 million worth of game for the same price, basically. With that, I'm out. Much peace and love. Remember, prosperity is your birthright, but you have to choose it so it will choose you. Do you follow me? Peace. Gotta log off this YouTube. How y'all feeling though, man? I'm trying to tell you, man. Prosperity is your divine birthright. It's too good out here. I can't show y'all the city. Let me see. Turn some of these lights off. See the city, man. I love it. You gotta understand, man. Choose it and they'll choose you. You gotta pick the views, man. Pick the right views. Wake up to prosperity. Make your life worth living. Do something nice for somebody, but do something nice for yourself as well. Do something nice for yourself as well. You still can't see it for real. Let me turn this other light off. Make sure you always do something nice for yourself. Charity starts at home. And a lot of people don't understand that. How can you expect to receive anything in life if you're not giving to yourself first? Why would somebody take care of you first? Why would somebody take care of you? Do something nice for yourself. Listen, I had to choose this business. I had to choose this life. I had to choose this is what I wanted to do. Don't be afraid to live your dreams. Believe in yourself. And when you start believing in yourself, then other people will start believing in you too. That's just how it works. With that, I'm out. Have a blessed night. Much peace and love. I appreciate all the love and support. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Peace.